This is where the new jobs are being created. We know that. We know that now, that in the past 10 years or so, that new companies are creating all the new jobs. Flyjen is a company that's focused very differently than other companies. We're focused on a disease state. We're looking at this differently. So we're thinking about this and saying, hey, we don't just want to be a vaccine company. We again want to get at influenza. We want to deal with influenza from all angles. So we have both a vaccine program and a therapeutic or antiviral program. Our technology that we brought in was from the university initially, and most of our technology is from UW and Wharf. Two of our founders are professors at the University of Wisconsin. But there's a nice synergy there where we're able to get access to early stage technologies that we can help develop and then take it from that basic research stage to the commercialization stage. Right now we're working with angel investors, so we're not in that stage yet of going to the venture capital markets. We're right on course in some areas and ahead of schedule in other areas. We are going to be in the clinic faster than we thought we were, which is really exciting because once you get into the clinic you become more fundable. You get partners that are interested in working with you, which we have already. We have major pharmaceutical partners talking with us about our medical device at this point in time, and it just makes you sustainable. This area is fantastic for development of biotech businesses with the quality of the workforce and the quality of the technology. I just can't imagine anywhere that's better.
Quintessence is a company that's really on the forefront of trying to bring new cancer drugs to help patients that really need it. We're actually clinical stage, so Quintessence has taken our technology and translated it into a product that we call QBI-139 that's in a phase 1 clinical trial. Quintessence is funded all by individual investors, what are sometimes referred to as angel investors. So we raise equity financing in order to do the work that we do. So there are a lot of dollars and a lot of hard work that goes into getting a company like Quintessence to the stage we're at. When we started, we had licensed a technology from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. The technology had been exercised a little bit, but mostly in things like petri dishes and test tubes. What we've done is to basically translate that into more robust systems, model systems of disease. Done large-scale manufacturing, for example, of our drug, which is necessary to do a clinical trial, and gone to the FDA for approval of what's called an investigational new drug application to allow us to do our clinical testing. Quintessence is looking forward to actually finishing up our phase 1 clinical trial of our lead product, QBI-139, and taking that into the next stage of clinical development.
I think we're a big success story in bringing new technology to market in an environment where people, I think, thought that tough to raise venture money in Wisconsin. It turns out this is actually a great environment for startups, and we're one of a host of firms that have been spun off from the University of Wisconsin and really all that it has to offer. The company then was initially funded and raised a total of about $42 million in venture capital over the course of the next few years. We ultimately did go public in 2007. Had an IPO, raised a couple $100 million, which has gone then into building this operations facility, among other things, to fund our continued growth and development. We manufacture a device that's built on a CT scanning platform. So it looks like a giant CT scanner, and it both images patients to define location of a tumor, and then it treats with external beam radiation. So it's precise targeting of the cancer cells and avoiding the normal tissue. Today we have about 600 employees. We just recently press released the installation of our 300th system in Aosta, Italy. We're in over 20 countries worldwide. I think the principal reason that it works here is because of the employee base. We have a very passionate, dedicated employees who want to make a difference. I think specifically for cancer care, everybody here has been touched, personally through a friend or a family member, and it's an opportunity to do something meaningful, make a difference.
I think we've got practically everything that a company needs to really get going, and we are seeing companies relocate here to Wisconsin, which is nice to see.
This area is fantastic for development of biotech businesses with the quality of the workforce and the quality of the technology. I just can't imagine anywhere that's better.
Anything that you would consider that supports the entrepreneurship for a startup business is here in town now, and the networks are pretty solid.
It's all about partnerships, and we've got great partnerships. First of all, you've got the university, which is spending today almost $1 billion a year in research money, so it's a huge economic engine for the community. You've got the research park, which is a great location for any startup company. You've got WARF, which protects your intellectual property and licenses it to you, and we take in about anywhere from 300 to 400 invention disclosures a year from the university, and we patent about 60% of them. And we've had some big successes here.
I think there's probably 250 biotech life science companies within a 60-mile radius of this region. You have this location with the supporting infrastructure that's going around it, and the policies to help advocate it. I think the biggest factor that's come to play recently is the Act 255, or now Accelerate Wisconsin, and basically it's been able to give a tax incentive credit to the investor for a high-stage or a high-tech company that qualifies under the Department of Commerce.
Groups like Thrive were fantastic in terms of gathering up people and getting them to move forward and to get this program to where it is. So those tax credits have really driven investment into our company.
But we also have a really strong workforce here in Wisconsin. And in talking with our employees and people in general who work in the biotechnology industry in Madison, quality of life is really one of the things that not only draws people to come here, but really also makes them want to stay.
I always say that our portfolio and the technology here is like killing fish in a barrel. There's a lot of great technology here, and I think that we have an infrastructure that is really terrific.